Hello there, greetings and good evening, everybody. Welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. So I apologize if I've been under the weather most of the day. I did do a video this morning, but I was terrible feeling after that. So laid down for most of the day. Got up, did a few things, ate, and I feel much better now and decided I was going to go ahead with the video anyways because I'd like to do them. So tonight we're doing a look back at a classic rock album, the show we do every Tuesday, which featuring this album today, the Eagles, One of These Nights, their fourth studio album, released back on June the 10th, 1975, recorded at the Criteria Record Studio in Miami, Florida, and the record plant here in Los Angeles. Well, they're in Los Angeles, California. I wish I was in Los Angeles, California. 43 minutes in length on the Asylum record label, and Bill Szyminsk, sorry, I knew I'll get it right yet, doing the production for the album. So appearing on this album, of course, I'm going to go over on this side, see if I can get it right. No, well, we'll stick with this angle. Seems to work the best. So we got Glenn Frey on vocals, acoustic and electric rhythm guitars, keyboards, harmonium, lead guitar on Too Many Hands. And then you got Don Henley on vocals, drums, percussion, and tablas on Too Many Hands. You got Bernie Lydon here on vocals, guitars, banjo, mandolin, and pedal steel guitar. Randy Meisner on vocals and bass. And Don Felder on vocals, guitars, slide guitar. In addition to that, the extra musicians that are on the album are David Blomberg on fiddles on Journey of the Sorcerer, not on the Sorcerer. The Royal Martian Orchestra, also on Journey on the Orchestra. You have Albie Gallatin on synthesizers on Hollywood Waltz, and Jim Ed Norman on piano on several tracks, an orchestrational conductor on string arrangements as well. Sid Sharp, concert master, and the Eagles string arrangements as well. So there's quite a bit of that stuff on here, more than I had originally heard when I first heard the album, but very strong. So there are 9 tracks in total, I believe. Yeah, 9 tracks in total on the album. Probably the side one is probably the better side, but the back side is pretty good too. This is a very solid album. It's an album that'll probably be on my list of albums that I'm going to consider for masterpiece status at the end of this month. When I go into September, I usually do that. Pick out about 17 or 18 albums and listen to them and decide if any or all of them might be masterpieces. Last year I only chose 6, I believe, out of the 18. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit higher this year. There's a lot of albums that were available to me once the channel started a couple of years ago, or 5 years ago now. So a couple of years went by, and some of those albums are now eligible for masterpiece status. So anyways, on with this album. So this album has a country flair to it, as most Eagle albums do. This one has maybe a bit more of a rock feel to it than some of their predecessors. Has quite a few solid songs on it. The deep cuts on here are pretty damn good. This album will probably do well when I do the ranking at the end of the month, when I rank my Eagles albums. But we're going to start out with the title track here. One of These Nights, which is the, of course, opening track. This is the near perfection song, in my opinion. For this style of music, it doesn't get any better than this song. Heavy bass opening. I love that bass intro, really good. Catchy rhythm section. The guitar riff is catchy. The guitar a solo is a little bitey and a little bit catchy, an unusual sound for the Eagles of this time. Don Henley on vocals here. The harmony vocals are very catchy as well. Yeah, this overall is like a near perfect song. Probably my favorite track on the album. Next up is Too Many Hands. A nice catchy opening riff again. This is a bit more of a rocking track too. The vocals from Randy Meisner. Harmony vocals are a bit heavier than some of the other harmony vocals on the album. The solo is a low end, but not prominent sound, so the guitar is kind of in the background. Nice acoustic extension with more details on the solo towards the back half of the song as well. That's Too Many Hands. Next up is Hollywood Waltz. This is just a little over 4 minutes. Nice country flair to this song. Catchy acoustic guitar. Henley doing the vocals again. The backing vocals are very forward, maybe even more forward than Henley's voice. Some nice slide guitar here, and adding to that real country flair to this song. Next up is Journey of the Sorcerer. This is an instrumental. It's just under 7 minutes in length. You got quite a bit of synthesizer on this particular track, opening with that synthesizer and a banjo intro. Some growing. The song grows more in intensity as it goes along. So it starts out kind of low key. It starts getting more intense as it goes along. Some extensive banjo picking, and this builds into a bit of an orchestral sound towards the back half of the song. Decent track. Now we flip the album over. I'm on side 2, 5 tracks there. They don't have the big number like the One of These Nights, but overall I think the backside is maybe a little bit more consistent than the front side. So you've got Lying Eyes, which is the opening track on the backside. This song is almost 6.5 minutes in length, so one of the longer tracks on the album. It's got, again, a nice country flair to it, very country flair to it, this one. Glenn Frey doing the vocals. Some great harmony vocals here. Nice backup for Glenn's voice. And then a nice catchy guitar riff at the back. I kind of like this song. Next up is Take It to the Limit. This is another one of their bigger hits on the album. An orchestral opening. Lots of strings here. Randy Meisner on this. There's a couple parts towards the back half where his voice is like really high end, like almost John Anderson like high end. Background vocals, catchy. Some slow guitar parts, catchy, slow track. Yeah, it's more of a windy kind of country flair type song to it too. I like it. Next up is Visions. Visions is just under 4 minutes in length. Fast-paced, heavy track with a heavy guitar riff and a heavy rhythm section here. The vocals are kind of broken into 2 groups here. So you've got the Felder with Don Henley part, which is a little bit higher than the Lydon and Frey part at the back half. So they're both, one part does a bit, another part does a bit. So they kind of split it up into these twinning parts, both catchy, one low, one high end, like I said. Some heavy guitar soloing parts throughout this track as well. Next track up is After the Thrill Is Gone. This is a fairly well-known track too. I don't think it was a single, but I think it was fairly well-known. Nice slow melodic guitar with a country flair again to it. The vocals are from Glenn Frey, very high. Don Henley, maybe a little bit more medium range. So they're doing kind of a twin vocaling here where one does a part, the other does a part. They do that quite a bit with this group. Some real good harmonizing parts as well. And the last track on the album, they probably could have done without this track, to be honest. I never have warmed up to this track. I Wish You Peace is the name of the track. It's got a slow, low organ sound with an acoustic guitar. It's a very mellow song. Bernie Lydon doing the vocals, mid to high range and sound. More orchestral sounds on this track as well. It's a bit of a sad track overall. Some low-end guitar picking. This kind of reminds me of the Sad Cafe, but I don't think it's nearly as good. So that's my take on the Eagles' One of These Nights albums, released back in 1975. Their 4th studio album. Really a solid album. I think it will at least be in my nominations for a masterpiece this year. I don't know if it'll make it or not. Kind of hard to say. Kind of have to weigh it against all the other albums going up against it, and then we'll choose the ones I think should go in. Anyways, solid album. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Look Back at a Classic Rock Album. If you got anything to say here about the Eagles or about this album, you can do that in the comment section. If you want, you can hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next Tuesday night for another episode of Look Back at a Classic Rock Album. Take care, have a good one, and goodbye.